beautiful friends. I hope you're doing great today. I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. I'm here today because we are doing an unboxing and a design with the new Jessie James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box for April 2025. And I'm really excited because I just watched Colleen's this morning, and it's super cute, you guys. It's really, really cute. You're getting some super unique, fun beads, but you always do with Jessie James beads. So let's go ahead and go to the mat, and then let's see what we have. Okay, my friends, here we have it. And it is rainy day. That's fun. Look at all the cute little umbrellas. So this tells us what's inside. You can, when you have this box, you can scan here and it'll bring you to all these different like projects and extras. Sometimes you get a bonus coupon that I did, because I didn't realize, I didn't remember. Anyway, but they have all these items in here and we're going to go through them. I'm going to just start grabbing and I'll find them on the list and let you know what we have. All right, so you know what? I like to start with the strands. Let's start with some strands, shall we? All right, so our first one is Caught in the Rain. This one looks like it has a lot of metallic or a lot of metal in it. So let's look at that. Oh, wow. It really does. Look at all the metal spacers and metal beads in here. Look at all this. And it's all done in silver. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that's a lot of beautiful metal beads. Nice. It's nice to be able to get a strand like that sometimes, you guys. And it's a really long strand. Like it's long. Okay, I know this has got to be a strand in here in our little bubble wrap. It kind of tells me that this is something super important. This one is called Silly Goose. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing this morning, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is so adorable. Wait until you see it. Oh, look at the little geese. Oh my gosh. All right, so you have some really great beads on here. So you got a cute little ducky spacer. We have some ceramic or porcelain beads. We have some bling beads, some giant glass beads and bead caps, and some little like that kind of like beach glass, but these little, I think they're either resin or something, but you even have these like little wire woven spacers. Those are always really fun to play with too. But this one's called Silly Goose, and these guys are so cute. Look at the little face. That's adorable. All right, we have another strand here. And this one is Drop Drop. Oh, come on. So this one has a bunch of drops, like brios. So you have some that are flat and they have the AB, and then you have some that are round and they're the frosted glass. Very, very pretty. It's a really cool mix. And the frosted glass is AB as well too. So you're picking up some of that little glowing. Do you see it in the camera when I move that one bead? Very, very pretty. Drops are fun to play with. All right, so let's go next to some of our bead mixes. Okay, you guys know the deal here. I gotta, look, I remember that it's taped for the first time ever that I remembered. And we're just going to maybe pop that open. I'm going to try not to cause any injuries. Is it taped on both sides? Yeah. You guys, I'm telling you. Oh, why am I not remembering that they tape it on both sides? Let me grab my little tray too. My little wooden palette here. All right, so monsoon season bead mix. And let's just pour it in here and let's go through some of the stuff. Okay, so we got some little ceramic blue wavy beads. These are really cute. I love the little wavy stripes. We got some really pretty blue glass beads. And these, I believe, are like a size 10 millimeter. Looks like we have some, I think they're like, they almost look purple to me in a way. Maybe they are purple. And I'm just thinking that they should be blue. But then we have like a 6 millimeter size. We have a couple like this. These are always really pretty, these faceted rectangles that have that like, oh, almost like a white, milky look to them. Very, very pretty. We have some more little drops, a bunch of little blue drops. And this is fun. Like, it would be fun to use some of those other drops and then use some of these little tiny ones with it. That would be a lot of fun. Wonder if we can think of something while we're doing this. But look at that. There's a bunch of those. Those are really cute. And they are drilled through the top. So they're drilled right there like a true briolette. And then we have the same thing in that really pretty frosty with the AB finish. And they're also drilled through the top. These are fun. Very, very pretty. Got that. And then we have these like almost like elongated kind of bicones in a way, but they're really cool. Those are really cool shape. And then we have some electroplated blue beads. These are, oh, these I think were 8 millimeters. So these are like 6 millimeter or 5 millimeter, probably closer to 5. And then we have some little rhinestone balls. Very pretty. And then we have some clear glass beads. I love those. These are cube beads. And then we have some really lovely gold spacers. We have some little like donut spacers. And then we also have some of the potato chip spacers. They look like Pringles. So that is monsoon season. It's a fun little mix. And then let's get our next mix out. So our next one is Playing in Puddles. Look at that cute little ducky on there. And I know these are going to be taped, right? Oh yeah, okay. Just had to make sure. Right across the top there. And here. Woo. I hope I'm not making anybody cringe when I do that. All right, so let's see what we have here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Wow, look at all this stuff, you guys. This is like, I don't even know where to start. So we have some of these really pretty light blue AB faceted beads. We have some really cool, oh my goodness, I just forgot what they were called. Oh my gosh, you guys, these. I forgot what those were called. Can you believe it? We got a bunch of those, which those are fun. I was just thinking that I was wanting to get some more. And why can I not think of what they're called all of a sudden? And then we have this really pretty light purple, like a 6-0 seed bead. And then we have some silver spacers. Probably asking for trouble putting it on here, but that's okay. And then we have another bead at the bottom, so I'm just going to dump this out. We have some little glass pearls, little babies, like little 4 millimeter glass pearls. Really, really cute. So this actually does look kind of like a bubble bath like situation that you'd be like, or like sitting in like a little pond or a puddle for that matter. All right, so what do we have next? We have Rainy Day Blues, and these are charms. Cute little umbrellas, look at that. Here's the tops of them. And here's what they look like. Aren't those cute? Those are adorable. Their little charms crack me up sometimes. They're so cute. And then we have Cloudy with a Chance of Rain. And these are connector sets. So we have a big resin cloud. He's all swirly and happy. You can use them in so many different ways. You can use them to do like a pendant, or maybe you want to do like use it as like a link to maybe do like an asymmetrical necklace. And then you have two little clouds, little stainless steel clouds. Those would be great for earrings or connectors. And then you have two little lightning bolts. They look like they have like almost like a shell look on one side and gold on the other. Cute little links. And next we have First Raindrops. And this is a lovely focal bead. Look at how big that is. That is really cute. Look at that sparkle, you guys. It's a glass bead. Very, very pretty. And it's drilled this way. So that makes it nice and easy. And then we have a couple chains, which I love Jessie James Beads chains. I've always loved their chains. Like, they have some of the best chains. So this first one is, let me get it out, Right as Rain. So this one is a silver tone chain, and it has the large rings that are connecting along with like all the little jump rings in between. You can use it as a chain just by itself. It actually has a clasp right on it. You can hang stuff from it. You can take it apart and use pieces of it and just harvest the clasp to use at another time. There's so many options with that. And then our very last item is another chain, and it's Rain or Shine. So let's take a look at this one. And this is a chip chain. So this one has a bunch of little crystal chips linked together, and it's linked together with little gold links. Very cute, very sparkly. This one, I don't think this one will have a clasp. It might though, let me see. Oh, it does. Look, it has a little clasp. Sometimes they don't, but look at how pretty that is. I mean, you could really just wear that by itself. You can use this as a layering piece, you know, if you want to make like a 2-strand necklace. You can even, you know, take it apart if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't, just because it's so well done, but I would definitely find a place to use it as a finished piece. All right, guys, here it is. Here is Jessie James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box for April 2024. And it is called Rainy Day. 2024, 2025. It is called Rainy Day. I'm setting myself back a year, you guys. All right, so here it is. Look at all that gorgeousness. So much prettiness. All right, guys, I need to actually kind of clean this up a little bit. But what I want to do is I do want to make something. So what I'm thinking is, I wish I could remember what these are called. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so what I'm thinking is I really want to use some of these drops. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Don't really want to use the clouds at this point, but I do want to use these drops. Okay, we're definitely going to use those drops, some of them, and I think I want to work in some of the blue drops with it. I still don't know what I'm doing yet, you guys. I'm just kind of pulling some ideas apart here and trying to figure out what I want to do. So let's pull those blue drops out. All right, so this is what we have so far. And then I don't think I'm going to use anything from the strands today. I think these other two strands, I think we're going to leave these for now. And I don't think I'm going to use that chain, but I am thinking about using this chain. But I don't know, we'll think about it. And I also want to use some of these little drops. So we're going to pull those. Still not quite sure what I want to do yet, you guys. And I'm kind of wanting to probably use, I'm thinking either maybe both, maybe some of the light blue and some of the little pearl. I'm just trying to pull some stuff and trying to think about what I want to do. All right. All right, so this is what I've got pulled. I'm going to start putting this stuff away. I'll be back. It's a lot to put away, so I don't want to keep you guys waiting for me. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to also try to think about what these are called because for the life of me, I can't think of it. So I'll be right back. You guys, they're called bugle beads. I actually had to Google it because I really couldn't think of what they were called. And I'm like, I know what they are. I have some. I don't have all of them, but I have some, and I wanted more because I didn't have enough to do what I was thinking about doing with them. So now I'm probably going to try to save them, or save most of them, so I can look at some different things with them. So I just pulled a bunch of this off my tray, and I'm thinking I want to do a necklace using the brios and some of these little beads. And I think that would be a lot of fun. So that's what I'm thinking about. Plus I'm thinking about like maybe if we did like a pair of earrings to go with it. And I wanted to do like a simple stringing project for it because brios look really pretty, just strung, you know, and whether, you know, if you put like a spacer between them, you know, or whatever, but I figured if we put some pretty beads between them, that would look really cool. And if we did, or if maybe we alternated with some of like the little ones and the big ones to kind of make it look like kind of like raindrops in a way, because some are big, some are little, and we might be able to do it that way, kind of like this. And then using these white ones, something like this, you know, just kind of, you know, alternating them like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we might get a couple pieces of jewelry out of this. What we might end up doing is a necklace and a pair of earrings. So I'm going to grab my bead stringing wire that we're going to use. I'm going to grab all the other little goodies that we're going to need and some ear wires because we're probably going to need those too. And I'll be right back. Okay, so while I was gathering up some supplies, I just had another idea. So I think I do want to use this chain, but what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take it apart because this is what I'm thinking. So if we did like our big drops, did one of these links in between, like, so we're going to have to do like a little jump ring, you know, to have it be intact, but we don't need to use a ton of them. But then if we did like a little wire wrap down in the front on some of the smaller ones and did like some beads in between, that would look really cute. So I think that's what we're going to do. And it'll make the shorter ones hang down just a little bit, like a little bit longer than some of the bigger ones. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let me grab some tools. This is going to be bigger than what I thought, you guys. We're going to do a little more than what I thought we were going to do today, but that's all right. It's going to be fun. All right, so let's prep our stuff here, right? We need to do that. So because of what we're doing, I am using Bead 7-strand wire in the silver, the satin silver. And no particular reason, it's just I have a ton of it and we can use it on this. And it's 0.46 millimeters, that's the thickness of this wire. And then we will be using some artistic craft wire in the stainless steel color, and it is 26 gauge. So we're going to be using some of that today too. All right, so these all have these little jump rings right here that are just little ovals, and we're just going to go ahead and clip them off because we need a few of these. So I'm thinking let's start with let's start with 3 and let's see what that does for us, because I want to start it before and see if I like the way it looks before I get too far into it. And then I figured we could just use the clasp from this too, so that would work out really well. So let me just clip that off. Oops, wrong pieces. There we go. All right, so we have a few of them, okay? Let me clear off some space here. I'm just gonna move these little guys off to the side because we don't need them right away. And we only need so many of these to be shown, right? So I know I definitely will probably want 2 blue, one of these. So we're just gonna prep 3 for right now, okay? We'll do more if we need to. Let me just move you in just a little bit closer. All right, let's get our craft wire opened up here. And we're just gonna cut some wire off. I'm gonna cut off probably about a foot. That should be enough to do what we need to do for all 3. Let's just do a little straightening here. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight because we're gonna wrap, and we're gonna wrap directly onto our little rings. And that way we only have to use a jump ring on the top of each one of these. So let's just put our little wire through. We have our long side and our short side. And we're just gonna bring them both up to like a little point here. Just like so. And we're just gonna take the small one. Need to hold on to my little triangle that I made here. The 26 gauge wire is super, super easy to use, but it also will bend super easy too. So I'm just gonna try to take it slow and careful. And just go around a couple times with my short wire. I like to make a little seat for my bead that I like to put on top of these to sit, because we end up doing like a little wire wrap loop. Okay, fix my little pokey spot that was sticking out. And let's do a white pearl, glass pearl bead on here. So it looks like this. And then we need our round nose. And since this is facing this way, we're going to want our loop to be able to go into this little hole right here, right? So we're going to want to make our loop that way. So with this facing the wide side of the drop facing you, you're going to make your loop that way. So we're just going to make our little loop. We're going to put on our little connector here that we are using. Drop it all the way down to that loop. See, so now it's going to hang like this. I feel like my fingers are in the way. It's going to hang just like that. All right, so now that we have that, we can grab a hold of our loop and just very carefully do a little wrap around our wire. Just like that. Use one more wrap, I think. There we go. That's better. So I wrapped around about 3 times, and then we can trim off what we don't need. There we go. And smush down anything sharp. Okay, that's gonna work out nice. And like I said, we don't have to do these for all of them. I was just thinking like a handful of them. So maybe 3 will be enough. It's really gonna depend on what we like. So let's do the next 2. Do it the same way. Make our little triangle at the top. I feel like my light is way off. Hold on. There we go. That's better. I don't know what was going on with it. It just wasn't angled right or something. Maybe I must have hit it with something. All right, so now we're gonna hang on to our little triangle that we made here. And we're going to wrap that little short loop. Well, let me get this straight. There we go. We don't want a wonky raindrop. All right, we'll get that nice and straight. And then we're going to just take our small spot, our small piece, and wrap it around. Just a couple times, just to make a little spot to sit. And let's just smush down our little sharp pokey spot. And I think with this one, we're gonna wanna use, I think I kinda wanna use this little purple bead. Little purple seed bead. Yeah, that looks cute right there. Just one little purple guy. Actually, I don't know, that one's kinda sitting on top of the thing a little weird. Let's use this blue one instead. There we go, that's better. All right, now the same thing goes for this one, how we wanna make our loop. We wanna make it in the same direction as we made our last one. So let's just position this and let's make our loop. I really love this wire, but it does it bends like way easy, like almost too easy for me. I'm used to using such thicker wire, and so I have to really like move it. And so when I use this thinner wire, I'm like too strong for it or something. I don't know. But we're gonna grab onto our little loop now, just like so. And then we're going to wrap around our bead. And then if we have to straighten our loop, we can just straighten our loop. And go in here, trim off what we don't need. And then squish down our little sharp pokey spot. And we have our second one. All right, we have one more to do, guys. Just one more. And if we need to do any more, I'll do the rest off camera. And I just poked my finger with that wire. My goodness, you guys. I'm having a day. I've been having a day a lot lately. Oh, hold on. We're going to have an emergency. One sec. I got to go get a Band-Aid. Okay, so it wasn't bad. I just didn't want it to like, you know, no need for like alarm. It was just a little poke, like a little finger poke. All right. So now we're just going to smooth out our wire again. And let's do our last one here. So we got that blue bead on. Let's make our little triangle. And then when I went out there into the bathroom to get a Band-Aid, Cheeto wanted to follow me in here. So now he's in here. But he's just hanging out by the window. So he's hanging out by the window, enjoying the little bit of fresh air that's coming through. It got to be 66 today, you guys. It's supposed to be 79 tomorrow and then drop back down into the 60s on Thursday and be in the high to mid 60s through the weekend. So I'm okay with that because to me that's good, like open your windows, let the house air out weather, right? That's what I like to have. Like we don't have to go right from cold to hot. We can have some nice cooler temps, but nice temps in between. All right, so now we're gonna put our little pearl bead on. There we go. And let's do our wrapped loop on top. Just like that. Grab a hold. And then let's wrap that around. It's a couple times. Trim that off. And let's squeeze that down. All right, so now we have 3 little, oh my gosh, you guys, I did not put it on there. You guys didn't tell me to stop. All right, no biggie. We can fix this. We can fix this. Let's do this. Okay. I think I have enough here. Let me see if I have enough to do this before I have to cut another piece. I think I can do it. You guys didn't yell loud enough. You didn't say, Jody, wait, don't do that loop yet. I just get into this like automatic mode and I just start doing things. And I know you guys probably are the same way, that you just start doing it and you're like, wait a minute, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so let's wrap this around here. Just a couple times. Trim it. Oh yeah, look at that. We got plenty. All right, Jody, do not complete your loop. Do not complete your loop. We found this really good no sugar added pasta sauce at Costco. I've never seen the brand before. I think it's called Sonoma, but it's like a creamier tomato sauce. I think they call it a vodka sauce or something like that. I mean, I've heard of vodka sauce, but I've never had it. But it was so good. And it's not like all like super sweet. It just has a really great flavor. And I'm like, good, we don't need any more added sugar, do we? I didn't tell you guys. So I had a doctor appointment and changing some stuff in my life, okay? Because I had all my blood work done and my doctor's very concerned about my really high cholesterol and concerned about me being pre-diabetic because of the weight I've gained. So Jody is being careful with what she's eating. She is now logging all of her food into the Weight Watchers app like she should have been all along, because I didn't have like the willpower to do it. I guess somebody needed to tell me that, girl, you're on a bad road, for me to really, really understand and listen. And, you know, trying to do some, you know, exercise and stuff. I mean, it's not like a lot, but it's something. It's more than what I've been doing. And just try not to have all those bad snacks. I have a really bad habit of eating while I work, like just snacking like the whole day. And so I'm not bringing any snacks with me to work unless it's like a mandarin, an apple, a banana. I'm having, healthy lunch. I haven't been hungry for breakfast, so I figured if I'm hungry for breakfast, I can have some fruit. But I do have protein shakes at work too. So if I was hungry, I could start the day with a protein shake, one of those pure protein shakes. And those that actually have a lot of vitamins in them too. So that's, pretty good. And then I'm eating my dinner and not snacking on anything after dinner. So once my dinner's done, that is when my eating schedule stops. So, and I started it last week, and Kirk from Space Pickle is doing this with me, and so is Colleen. We're all working together and holding each other accountable, and so it really has helped. I weighed myself last week and I was down 5 pounds. So I know that's the first week of the diet, which is like your body going into shock and like, what are you doing? And then it tapers off, and if you're lucky, you lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. I would say if you're doing it right, you're losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, because, you don't want to lose a bunch at once, because you're just going to put it back on. Cheeto, do you want back out? Hold 1 second, please. So Jody's going to get herself back to a healthy point where my blood sugar will go down and my cholesterol will go down, and I can be healthier. So I don't have a goal weight. What is driving my numbers is my all my blood work, right? All right, so I cut 30 inches of this beading wire. I don't know if that's going to be longer than what I want, but if it is, we'll use some of the wire for some other things. All right, so we already have these ready with our little jump ring on them too. And let's see, what do we have? We have 1, 2, we have 8. I think we have 8 and 8. Actually there's 10 and 8. Okay, so I really would like to see this one though, because it's all nice and chunky and round, right there in the front. So let's just string that on first. My wire is being wild. We're gonna do one side at a time here so we can really see what we want to do. All right, so we have that one on, and then I'm wondering if maybe we should do the purple up here, because I really do want to work that purple in, because it is really pretty. But then it doesn't really sit right, does it? I wonder if we should do the silver. Let's see. I even thought about doing the little bugle beads, but then I just felt like that was too far spaced, too far away spaced. So let's see, let's do, okay, that seems to fit a little bit better. So maybe we'll do the silver and do more of the glass beads up at the top. I kind of don't want to do the silver. Yeah, I do. Let's do the silver. I have more on my other little tray here. So let's go ahead and put this one on. I just basically want to see how this is going to hang and how it's going to look before I commit. Actually, I think it's going to be really cute. So let me grab some more of these. I might have to do one more of the small white ones. I think I'm going to have to, because otherwise it'll be weird. All right, so then let's get our silver spacer. Whoop. Because I have a Band-Aid on my hand, I'm like, I can't hold on to anything. I'm having a hard time. All right. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to look really cute. Okay, so I think I'm good with this. All right, so we will probably have to make more of those little drops, but that's okay. We will do that. And probably just one more at least for now for the necklace. I mean, we'll probably, you know, make more for like the earrings or whatever, but for right now we just need one more white one for the necklace, because I'm going to put this one on here. All right, and then we can go, and I wonder if we should start with the little ones already, or if I should just keep alternating with these for now. Probably the bigger ones for now. All right, so now we're not going to have any more of these, because I really only wanted them like as part of like a focal. So we're going to have another blue one over here and then another white one over here. And so I'm thinking that if we did, like now if we maybe came in with like maybe one of these beads. Seems like the rondelles seem to want to fit maybe a little bit better, or the rounds. Is it the rounds I want to fit better? You know, once it comes up, it's going to sit like this. So that doesn't really matter. Okay. And then we can do another one like that. And then at some point, we're going to want to put I think I want to do all the metal spacers and leave those other beads for up at the top. Yeah, so let's do that. Oh, it started raining. We're getting some rain. What a perfect time to get some rain while I'm working on this one. And then I think we'll do one more of each of these. And then we're going to start. Kind of want to, no, you know what? I kind of want to bring in the small ones here too. Like right away. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, let's do this blue one. Yes, this is what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay, I think now we've got it, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and do, oh, see, that's gonna look really cute. I'm gonna love this. This is gonna look adorable. All right, so let's do some on the other side here, because we need to put our spacer on and our blue drop. And then another spacer. Then this one. All right, and now we need to make our other little white one. So let me just grab a little bit more craft wire. We don't need much. Probably about 4 inches should be sufficient. We'll grab our little bead. Oh, I do need to cut another little link off. And it was right on the tip of my finger, so it's not like it's in a good spot either. It's just so annoying. Oh, it's so annoying. All right, so let's make our little triangle here. Oops, wrong pliers. Let's hang on to that. Let's make our couple little wraps. Our little seat for our bead to sit on. There we go. Trim that off. Fix that. And then let me go ahead and take one of these off here. We need that. All right. Let's make our wire wrap loop. So maybe you guys need to hold me accountable too. It'd be good for me to answer to you guys too and tell you how I'm doing. And so today is the 22nd of April. I haven't done my calendar in a while, have I, you guys? So today's the 22nd of April, and last Friday was when I weighed myself for the first time. So this Friday, which will be the 25th, I'll be weighing myself again. I'm only weighing myself on Fridays, only on Fridays. I'm not gonna stress myself out. I just wanna make sure that I'm on the right track. And if I'm not, then I know what I need to do to get myself back on the right track. And I just misplaced my jump rings. What did I do with my jump rings? Oh, they're right here. Need one of those teeny tiny little jump rings again. Just one. Okay. And let's get that little guy opened up. And closed up. Okay, stopped raining and the sun's back out. Michigan's like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do. All right, so then we got to put this little white one on after our spacer. All right, let's just do a double check on what we have going on here. Okay, yeah, that looks really, really, really cute. I'm going to love this. All right, put our other spacer on. And then after that one, we used one of these. And then we did another spacer and a blue one and another spacer. Am I gonna run out of spacers? I might. And then we did this one. And another spacer. Did one of these guys and a spacer. All right. So now what I'm going to want, oh yeah, this is going to be really cute. What I'm going to want is I'm going to want a white one of these for each earring, one of these for each earring, and one of these for each earring. So that's what I'm going to hold out because I'm going to want those for sure. And then let me see what else. Oh no, I have plenty of spacers over here, you guys. I'm just gonna dump because I got to pick it all up anyway. So we're just gonna dump it all out. I'm gonna have to sort it when we're all done. Actually, I wonder. So if I did this one and that one. I'm just trying to think. All right. I don't think, do I want any more of the big ones? I think maybe I do. Let's do one more of the big white ones here. And then we'll just put that one off to the side because maybe we'll use it as a dangle and something else. And then, yeah. Then we need the little blue ones. And I think we're just about done using the little briolettes here because I don't want to go too high up with the briolettes. And I'm almost, you know what, you guys, I'm almost thinking about using the rest of that chain just to complete this. I think it would be cute, or at least some of it. I think I could at least use some of it. Let me see how long this is. Like if I beat it up just a little bit more, then I would just use the rest of this. I'd like to save 2 pieces. So I think I'm going to want to save just 2 little pieces to use in the earrings, just so it matches. So I'm going to just cut 2 pieces off there, put that over there. And then I want to bead up just a little bit more. And I think we're going to be done using these. So let's just go ahead and do, let's do a spacer. And a spacer. And then I think I would like to do just some like some of the little pearls like going up. So let's just do like 1, 2, and oh, there's 2. There we go, there's 3. Let's maybe do 2 more. There's 1. And 2. Okay, yeah, that looks cute. All right, and then let's do 5 more, 5 on this side. Right, there we go. Okay, so now I think I really do want to use this chain. So we do have a clasp on the one end. So I just want to find the middle here. And I think, yeah, so like right here. We're just going to cut that apart right here. I have my crimps out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of our little crimp tubes, just like that. Let's feed on our chain because we want it just to go straight on our chain. No jump ring required, don't need a jump ring. And then let's bring our tail into our little crimp there. And we're just going to kind of, because we don't want to waste a bunch of material, so we're just going to kind of shake everything down a little bit once we get it set. So I'm thinking I'm going to take tomorrow night off because tomorrow night is the 23rd, and that's when my TV show that I've been watching for the last 5 years is back on. So I think I'm going to want to watch that. And I've been trying to take more days off. Like I usually just work, you know, and then, you know, I go straight into my craft room and do more work, which is not really work. It's fun. But I think I need to have some more like time to like, you know, do something out in the yard or, you know, things like that. So I need to get more fresh air. So like this weekend, I may not do anything unless it's like early in the morning or late in the evening, and use the rest of my day to do some yard work, because our yard, we have to unwinter it. You know what I mean? Like, it's how your yard gets kind of yuck, like over the winter and fall, all the extra leaves that you didn't get to because it started snowing. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. So I would like to get rid of all of that. And yeah, I'm gonna have some extra wire, and I will go ahead and let you know how long this is when I'm done with it here. So let's go ahead and put this one on. First, our crimp. I feel like I'm new today. Like, I feel like this is my very first video. I'm feeling that clumsy, and I'm all out of sorts. Like, I haven't done this in like years or something. I don't know, you guys. It's just, I'm having an off day, I think. I'll be better later. So if this is your first time, I'm not always this bad, you guys. I'm not always this, you know, forgetful and tripping over my words. Can't remember what beads are called and all that stuff. All right. So now we got our other one on, and I just want to kind of watch and make sure that I'm not pulling this so tight that my little briolets like pop up and they just stay standing up. I want to make sure that there's a little bit of breathing room there, but I also don't want it to be like loosey-goosey either. All right. So now we have that. That's not even the same size, is it? It's close, but not super close. There we go. That's better. Okay. And now let's crimp that one down. There we go. Perfect. All right. Move this all to the side. I need a larger jump ring for our clasp. Let's grab one of these. Yeah, I have a lot of wire left. I'm glad that we did this though, because I always think I don't want to use the chain. I want to bead all the way up. But then, you know, when I'm looking at this chain and using it down here, it just makes sense to have it up here. I mean, it just makes sense. So, there we go. And don't forget, I will try it on at the end too. And we're not going to be doing any wraps, any briolet wraps for our earrings. We're going to do some simple stringing with our earrings too on wire. All right, so here it is. Look how cute that is. All right, let me get a good measurement for you. So from the clasp to the bottom of the strand here, it is 10 inches. So it's 20 inches of like necklace total. All right. So let's move that aside. And now that we have this is pretty cool because we can use this for our earrings. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this. I know I just want to be able to bead onto some wire. So let's see. Well, first of all, let's get a couple crimp tubes out because we're going to need that. And I really think like maybe if we do any wire wrapping at all, it's going to be just for one bead. And I think I would like to see maybe it hanging down in the middle, probably one of these, like either from the bottom or something. Thinking. All right. I think let's do that. Let's do that. So we don't need a bunch of wire again. So I'm just going to get like about 10 inches off because we're going to need two of these. We're going to make two of these. All right. So just like we did with the little ones, just putting it inside of our bead. Bringing it up, making a triangle. There we go. Let's hang on to our triangle. And let's, oh, sorry guys. Let's use our pliers to wrap around. Just a couple times. Just thought of something. No, that won't look right. Never mind. I had a picture in my head for a second. All right, so let's put our little blue bead on top since we're using the white. Okay, and then we are going to make our wire wrap loop. And we're going to connect it to our little connector. Wrap it right onto that little guy. So just like before, drop that little piece down. Like so. Oh my goodness, there we go. All right, so now I just need to get in there and hold my little loop closed. Okay. Oh, the wire's right here in front of my face. I'm like, where'd my wire go? And it's like right there. See, you guys, I'm losing it. I'm telling you. Okay, why is this one having a harder time hanging on to it? It's the same size loop. All right. I don't know. I don't know. I just work here. There we go. And let's just make sure we don't have anything pokey hanging out, which I do see something pokey. There we go. Oh, still see it. That's better. Okay, so now we have that. And I don't know, do we need... Okay, so this is what I'm picturing. I don't know if I really want to hang it from the bottom. I kind of want to do like one of these numbers, right? And have it right here. But I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that. I'm thinking we could figure it out. All right, so in order to do that, I do need to make our little loop. So we're gonna start out with a big piece of wire because I'm not really sure like how much I'm gonna wanna do or need. And then let's just do it the same way we did our necklace. So we have our stainless steel, and then let's bring in this little blue. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit different, but all right, and we won't be able to use one of those. Okay. And then, yeah, so we're gonna have one extra of those. Need one more of these. And then we'll have 3 for the other earring. And 2 blue for the other earring. Okay, I think we got it. I also don't want these to be super duper heavy. So I feel like that's going to be really, I think that's going to be too much. That's going to be just way too much. All right, so back to a different plan. What I'm thinking is still using the wire, but we're going to do this like on a smaller scale, right? So let's get our drip ring, because these are going to be heavy if I do too many of them. So let's open up one of these little guys. And then let's close them up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let me just see like how big do I think I want my earring to be. No bigger than that, but definitely probably smaller. So we're gonna cut that one off. I'll let you know how long these are in just a sec. We're gonna do 2 of them because we need 2, 1 for each ear. There we go, put that one aside. I think we still have to do a bracelet if we wanted to, but we won't do a bracelet today. We'll do a bracelet some other time. All right, so now what I have is I cut 5 inches of this wire, 5 inches for each ear. All right, so now that we have this little guy on here, just put him on so that he can hang like that. That looks cute, right? It's adorable. And then let's do our little silver spacers. Let's do one of the mirrored ones on each side, little AB ones on each side. I'm just going to cut back on how many of those we're using. Yeah, that's going to be cute. And then instead of using the silver spacers, let's go ahead and let's use some of these little white pearls on the rest of it. So we'll do a little white pearl, let's do a blue drop, and then a little white pearl. Okay, let's take a look at that. All right, that looks cute. That's gonna be really cute. All right, so let's do our other little white pearl, our blue drop, and another little white pearl. And then let's see, we're gonna have to bring up, we're gonna need probably some more of those little pearls. So let's just do a few more on each side. So let's do like probably 2 more on each side. 1 and 2. And, oh, that's purple. 1 and 2. Oh, that's going to be adorable. Look how cute that's going to be. All right, I like that. Yeah, that's going to be cute. All right, so the one thing that I want to do though is I do need to I want to put one of these spacer beads over top of both of my strands to kind of keep them together. So like that. And then I am going to put on the crimps, the crimp over top of both strands. And then I'm using the Bead-A-Long 2x2 crimps. And then we're going to put one of our strands, one of our tails through that crimp. So you're going to have 3 passes through this crimp, and it will fit. Just may not fit through that other bead. That's the only thing. There it goes. All right, and then we can grab our little pliers and pull that. And I do want my loop to be facing this direction, like how it's facing right now. And we will fix all this other stuff that's going on with it in just a minute. But right now I want to pull that down a little bit. Oops. Am I trying to injure myself again? There it goes. I can get a better grip with my fingers, I guess. Who knew? All right, so this is the direction I want my loop to face because my ear wires are going to be going in that direction. So let me show you my ear wires real quick. All right, we have our little ear wires. They're always tangled. All right, so they go like this. So the loop is going to fit right here, and that's why we want it facing that direction. All right, so now that we know that we have it all together, we're just going to kind of play around with our earring a little bit, make sure we have it, everything the way we want it. And then we're going to come in and crimp that. I wonder if my magical crimpers, you know what, I'm going to chance it, you guys. Let's find the magical crimpers. Where are you, magical crimpers? There you are. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's give it a try. I'm just gonna, that way it can look maybe more like a bead. Actually, it doesn't look bad. Not half bad, guys. Not half bad. All right. Trim off what we don't need as far as our wire. But be careful not to trim off what you do need. And any other adjustments that you need to do. And then let's just put our ear wire on, and there it is. And I think that looks really cute. I think it's adorable. So let's make our other one just like it. All right, so we need to do our wire wrap loop onto here. Okay, we make our little triangle. We're going to hold on to our triangle like so. And then let's wrap this around a couple times. Wire's getting crazy on me. Oh, just trying to fix my little... You guys, I am wild today. I am going to end up with an injury. I need to stop while I'm ahead. I need to stop while I still have like skin left. All right. Oh, there we go. And do I have anything sharp? No, actually I don't for a change. All right. And let's put our bead on. We're going to do our loop and hang it from our little connector. Just bring that all the way down. And let's grab onto our little loop here. Maybe this one will let me hold on to it better. And let's switch hands. And let's do our little wrap. That's much better. All right, so we got wrapped 3 times. I think I'm going to try to come up with something really cute for those bugle beads, you guys. A cute little bracelet or something. I'm going to do some practicing and see if I can't figure something out to do with them, something fun to do. And then maybe it'll give you guys an idea if you have some bugle beads at home that you need to work on and, you know, figure out something to do with them. Or if you have this box too, or if you don't have the box yet, but you want the box and you plan on getting the box. You'll have all those reasons to use bugle beads. All right, put that on. And then we know we want our stainless steel and then our mirrored glass bead, our little AB bead. And then our pearl, the blue one, and then 3 pearls. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, yeah, I'm like, did I do that right? And just all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right. All right, now we need our metal spacer. This bead. White one. A blue one. And then we need 3 more pearls. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and 3. All right, and just like before, we're going to grab one of our metal spacers and we're going to put it over both strands. Just like before. Pull it down. Try to get as even as you can. And then we're going to take our crimp. Did I get another crimp out? I did, good, okay. Let's take our crimp, put it over both strands. And then we're going to take one of our strands and we're going to make our loop with our loop hole like facing you and put it through that crimp. And like I said, you probably won't get 3 passes through that bead, but you'll get 3 passes through the crimp. Just got to work at it. It makes like a nice tight seal that's going nowhere. If I could use this finger, it'd be great. Oh my goodness, you guys. I didn't have a problem with the other one. There it goes. Just had to get it started. All right, and even though it's twisting on me and it wants to be pointing in a different direction, I'm still working at it and I'm making sure that it is pointing in the right direction for me. Because I am in control of the crimp. The crimp is not in control of me. And then we just want to kind of match up our little earrings, just to make sure that the loop is about the same size and it looks good. So let's get our magical crimpers out again and let's do a magical crimp on this one. Fix my wire there. Whoop, now you come back. I'm going to hold that in place so it doesn't twist on me. Go in, crimp, turn on its side, crimp, and just kind of make some little rotations here. Yeah, that one the second one turned out even better. I'm happy with that. All right, so now let's go ahead and trim off our wires that we don't need. If I can get in there. There it goes. Did I get it? Almost. It's like I keep grabbing a hold of it, but not all the way. Hold on. I gotta get in there. I just know I'm going to end up like clipping the wire that I need because I'm trying so hard to get in there. Why am I not getting all the way into my wire? you guys. It's like, oh my gosh. I hope I make you laugh. I really do. Like it would mean a lot to me that if you can at least laugh at what I'm going through, because I might lose my temper if you're not laughing. Please laugh. All right, there we go. Okay, we got it to be the way we want it to be. All right, good deal. So let's go ahead and close that one up. Whew, gosh, guys. All right, so here is the cute little earrings. I love that. I think that turned out really cute. Let me try them on with the necklace and I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, here are the earrings. They turned out really cute. If you don't like yours that long, maybe just do the loop and you don't have to hang a dangle. But I really like the dangle hanging from it. And then here's the necklace. I think it turned out really cute with the little extra little baby dangles just hanging there. And then the chain actually starts right here. So this is actually perfect for me. All right, guys, I hope you had fun with this one. I thought it was a lot of fun and just trying to figure out how we want to use the drops to our advantage. And I think we figured it out. All right, guys, I'm sending you all my love and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye, everyone.